Today we are discussing about summary for unit number 3. So let us discuss OTHM unit number 3, which is risk and incident management. So in this unit also, there are two tasks that has to be completed, task 1 and task 2. And in this section, we have to develop two tasks. The task 1 would be covering risk management, strategy and plan. And the task 2 will be more on incident management plan and report. So in this project, in this task 1, we will be actually understanding what are the risks associated in the company. So what are the hazards? Basically, we will be checking what are the hazards in the company. Then what are the techniques that you are that you are using to understand what are the hazards there, and what are the safe systems of work, what are the safe operating procedures that you have implemented. So that you have to make it 2000 words again. So this is more about risk and incident management. What are the risks associated in the company? What are all the accidents that has happened? How you have identified the risk in that company? And then once you have identified the risk, how you have found the solution for it. And then in the task 2, what you are doing, task 2, you are directly coming into an incident management plan and report. So here you have to identify a example that recently occurred, some kind of incidents. So analysis of a recent workplace incident you have to tell. So how you have identified what are the root cause of that incident. So in that any method you can use, any root cause methodology you can use. There are 5 whys principle, there are root cause methodology, there are taproot analysis, any analysis you can use, whichever is familiar for you. Here we are using root cause analysis, 5 whys, and then incident response plan. So what is a response plan? So this is how you have to develop task 1 and task 2 for the unit number 3, which is primarily based on risk and incident management. Okay, for your OTHM level 6 examination, in fact, project submission. So for the task one, as we have said, you have 3 criteria that you have to fulfill. First one is hazard identification. Second one is strategic techniques for controlling the risk. And third one is development of safe system of work. So you are actually taking your organization. And in that organization, first thing is that you have to identify the hazards. So what are all the hazards? What are all the hazards in your company that you have to identify? So how will you identify the hazards at your company? You have to identify the accident records, near misses. So what you have to do is that you have to take the accident reports, give data. So tabular data you can give. See, this many amount of accidents has occurred. Out of that, this many work at height accidents has occurred. Out of this many fire accidents has occurred. Then maintenance records, etc. You can give data of your company, which is very important. Okay. Next one, techniques used. What are all the techniques used for identifying this? So first one is failure mode effective analysis and job safety analysis. JSA you can use. Okay, JSA you can use. You can use the JSA of the company. That same JSA that you have in your company, you can attach. Okay. Now, once you identify the hazard identification and risk evaluation techniques, so you have to evaluate the risk. For evaluating the risk, we are using JSA. Now, how your strategies and techniques for controlling the risk? So, for controlling risk control strategies. So, what are all the risk avoidance strategies, risk reduction strategies, risk transfer strategies? What kind of methodology you are using? Are you avoiding the risk? Are you transferring the risk? Are you doing administrative mechanisms you are using, or are you using engineering controls that you are using? See, for example, you can give examples for that. Man lift training. So speed limiters are used. Electrical models using forklift prone to accident, replace them with electrical models. So these are all engineering methods that you have used. You can also use administrative methods, insurance coverages that you have used, that is administrative methods. So how you are actually controlling the risk, that you can tell in your organization how you are using. Then what you have to do, then the third one is development of safe system of work, SSOW. What are the safe operating procedures that you have developed at your company? So standard safe operating procedures like loading and unloading cargo, then training the employees, weekly inspections. So these are all standard operating procedures or standard safe system of work that you have implemented at your company. Okay, that you have, if you have any kind of examples that you can use. And then recommendations. Okay, so this is how you have to complete your task one. And task one is more or less of 1,500, 2,000 words. Very simple. What you can do is that you can directly attach your JSA in this, then identify hazards which are primarily occurring in your company. Give a data of table. This many hazards have occurred in the company. This many accidents has occurred in the company. Then what you have to do, you have to tell what are all the control procedures that you have implemented in your company. What are all the mechanisms and control procedures, and how it has affected positively, how it has reduced the accidents that has occurred in the past, and how it has reduced. That you have to tell in a graphical manner or in a tabular manner, you can say. Then various standard safe system of work that you have implemented at your company. So these many things you have to say in 1,500 to 2,000 words for your task one to complete in your project three, for your unit three of OTHM Level 6 Diploma, which is primarily of risk assessment, okay, risk and incident management. Now, second project specifically, you have to give an accident that has occurred in your company, and that is for 2,000 to 3,000 words. So, accident that has occurred in your company, recent analysis of a recent accident that has occurred, then how you have analyzed what is the root cause of an accident, and then what is the incident response plan? What is your response plan on that? So you have to develop a first one. You have to develop an accident that you have to say any accident. See, for example, here we have said worker actually slipped from an work worker slipped and fell. So you have to, so this is an accident. Now you have to analyze how the worker felt or how the worker slipped, whether it was wet floor or something like that. So you will be applying root cause analysis method, 5 analysis method here we have used. Why did the worker slip? Why was the floor wet? Why was the container leaking? Why wasn't it detected earlier? Why is there is no schedule for preventing maintenance, etc. So these are the 5 why methods you can apply based upon the incident that has happened in your company. Then what are the corrective actions that has been taken, root cause analysis, and then corrective actions that has taken. So what have been done to prevent those slips or prevent those wet flows? What have been done? What are the preventive mechanisms like inspections and maintenance procedures? Then incident response plan. During that incident, when it has happened, when the worker has felt, so during that incident, what was the response? How was the response? Immediate response, whether you called an ambulance, whether how was the communication, whether it was reported to the supervisor, whether it was done in follow-up check, whether a toolbox was conducted to make aware of all the people affected by this, and also the other people have been educated or not. So whether this incident response has been done properly or not, whether we have failed in any of the process, whether first aid was given, who had alerted the supervisor about this incident, whether he was trained for that. So all those incident response plan we have to write in a paragraph. Then recommendations, how you have to um, like prevent those incidents in future and all. So monthly, this has been shared with the monthly toolbox stores and safety drills and all that we have to tell. So this is how you have to complete your unit 3. So unit 3 is comparatively easier as compared to other two units. Here we are actually dealing with a practical accident that has happened. Though accident, you don't have to specifically tell an accident in the company. You can take any accident which you feel better. Once you understand an accident, then you have to tell how that accident has happened, what is the root cause of that accident, and how you can prevent it in future. So this is the task 2. Task 1, basically, you are identifying the general risk associated in the company. You are identifying, you are putting JSA, that company's JSA, you can put that document so that you'll be understanding the risk rating, you'll be understanding, and then all the safe techniques, procedures that has implemented in the company. So company same documentation itself you can use while preparing the unit 3. Just modifications can be made, and then easily you can prepare this document. Okay, so as this document is a huge document, approximately you have to write unit 3 into 5,000 words you have to write. So 5,000 words, it's not a small task, it's a huge task. You have to prepare tabular column and all those things. So that is why I told you take maximum data from your company and then prepare this project. That would be easier for you. Otherwise, if you are going to prepare by your own, writing all these documents and preparation is not possible. It will take long amount of time. So better take JSA from your company, better take risk assessment from your company, better take the accident reports from your company, and also take this one standard operating procedure or safe system of work procedure, etc. It's easily available in your company. Just modify that. And also, while preparing your task two, you can easily take one accident incident report analysis that has recently occurred in your company. Then root cause analysis also it is available in your company. Then the incident response plan that is also available. So that you can modify and as per the word limit only, then you have to take care. So easily you can clear it off your unit 3. Okay, so we will upload unit 4 and 5 and 6 subsequently in the next few days. Okay, thank you. We will see in the next video.